Hello everyone, VanguardOfValor here, and welcome back to the pit. We're back here again on floor 24. We're getting down here now. We're getting down to where things start to get serious. One more floor and there'll just be 5 floors left. And that's when they start to throw out the big guns. And we might have to do more running away than necessarily killing everything. But we'll have to wait and see what the future holds. Let's get down here, and oh god, no, we're stuck here in a room with a giant protean, and there's nowhere for us to go to get out, really. Because if we're running into tons of more people. We could try and deal with the feral Zool, but this protean is going to be a problem. So we're going to try and gun them down as quickly as possible and hope for the best. Except that the feral Zool here is a bigger concern than otherwise, potentially, because of the fact that they can grab us. We really need to kill them quickly, otherwise we might be in serious mortal peril. We're also going to try and keep away from the protean, if at all possible. It's going to pin us in the corner here, which isn't great. Thankfully, it's a dead Zool, so we might have a slightly better chance now than we did a second ago. We're going to take a bunch of double turns, though, to make sure we get further away than we otherwise would. If he starts to close on us, we might be in trouble. If he doesn't, we'll be great. But no, he's starting to close on us like I was worried he would. Go away now. You need to go away now. I can't get out of here. This is a bad position to be in. Okay, good. He took a turn in towards us. That means we can get away. Oh no, there's another protean coming. You leave me alone right now. I don't have time for this. Hopefully nothing comes that can actually open doors, because I don't think normal proteans can, and if they can't get through the doors, they shouldn't be able to hurt us at all. Of course, that's not for certain. If they manage to do something else that could cause us trouble, that might still cause us plenty of trouble, but we might be somewhat safer than we might otherwise be. Now that is a dead protean. This one's going to be coming at us fairly quickly. We can reload here. Okay, this could have been much worse. I think we've been able to get quite lucky here using this cooker for cover. Now if we back up into the corner here, this guy's probably going to hit us. No, we got lucky there too. Really lucky, in fact. I'm amazed about that. I'm surprised we didn't get hit there. Alright, well, there's something that can open doors coming. There's a clone worker, and apparently they can do it. But we should be more or less safe, unless we get unlucky here. I think we're good, though, because he seems to have stopped coming towards us for the time being, giving us a little bit of extra leeway time here. Alright, excellent. We can back up into the corner again, kill them off, and one more shot should do it. There we go. That was a mess. Wow. Worked out in our favor, though, so I can't really complain. Let's grab some of this junk. The giant mitochondria and the primordial soup are quite nice. In the cooker, we can make some more energy drinks. Can we make anything else? I think we've used up all of our mutagens and various things like that, so more steroids are out of the question. But I could make some energy drinks. So how many of those can I make? 5, apparently, using all of my exotic proteins. Okay. I'm good with that. 5 more energy drinks is a good thing to me. There we go. I'll grab all of those, thank you. I don't want the acid sacs, though. And what else can I do? I can cook some more meat. How much more meat do we have to cook? 5 more. That's pretty decent. I can make another pheromone bait grenade. I don't know if I'm going to need them, but they'll probably come in useful later when pretty much everything you could possibly throw at the enemy becomes useful. There we go. Cooked meats. I'll take those. I accidentally took an acid sac too, but that's fine. Pheromone baits. I can only make 1 because I only have 1 disease thingy. And there we go. Pheromone bait. We'll take one of those as well. Okay, that was a useful cooker. Got a lot of good stuff out of it. Of course, we don't need that food as much anymore because we have a whole pile of hero SOTS switches, but hey, we'll take them. Now, this is an Ada door we will use a lockpick on, although I'm going to try and sort the inventory again to use the other lockpick. Come on now, use the other lockpick. There we go. Because this way, we can use the one that's already lower rather than the one that's higher. There we go. I don't think there's any way to specifically pick the item you want to repair with, but doing that more or less does it anyway. There's a lot of crazed surgeons in here. We're going to try and make sure they die pretty quickly. I'm not a big fan of them right now. You can die. There's some more logic circuits. We don't really need those anymore, but we'll take them anyway. Slice up these guys. I'd really like to be able to hit more than 1 in 1 attack, though, game. Come on. More than 1 enemy at once would be nice. I'll go back to Lightning Blade since they're not presenting me with opportunities to make use of the power cells. Oh, I should have attacked there, but that's fine. Clicked someone else before I realized they had moved, which does lock you into the attack, so you should be careful if you do that, because you may wind up doing things you don't mean to do, especially if you're targeting someone, like, inside a door, because if someone's standing in a door and you target the door frame, you will still attack them even if they've moved. So that's something to keep in mind. You will waste your attack and attack the door frame rather than attack the actual enemy. There's another disease extract, so I could have made an extra grenade, but that's fine. We can reload our laser sword here, and that'll be good. We are running low on batteries, though, so I should be careful about that. I'd like to open up the med bay here, but I'm not sure about that either, and hopefully this disease continues to go away. That's nice. It's going away really fast, actually. I believe disease reduction is also modified by your might stat, so since we have really high might, we're pretty solid on that. It destroyed our pepper box, which is not great. Oh, it didn't. It set off this acid trap, which destroyed our pepper box. What else got destroyed? Anything else? No, just the pepper box. This mag pistol is getting quite low, though, which is not good. I can potentially hit it with another extender, though. I have another red. Might as well. Keep it alive. We'll use the bonus from the weapon durability increase to keep it going. That gives it another 15 or so durability. 10 or something like that. That's pretty awesome. Alright, let's smack up this perfected clone. One more hit should kill him. Oh no, 2 more hits I guess. And there's a stone mole coming, so we'll have to deal with him. Ooh, welding goo, finally! Oh, we have welding goo already. I don't know why I said finally there. I thought we had been looking for welding goo for a while, but it turns out I was completely incorrect. Let's gun down this mole, hopefully before it spits on us, because it undoubtedly will, and it will undoubtedly suck when it dissolves something from our inventory. Hello. Warbots. Warbots. War. War never changes. Until they brought in giant killer robots. Then it might have changed. Seriously though, Warbots are evil. They're one of the worst enemies I've ever encountered. They kill you so badly. They're like everything every other killer robot has wanted to be in this game. They are the culmination of absolute evil. If we take a look at them in our stats thing here, they have the most monstrous stuff. I've seen one thing worse, which is just a modification of them. The Harpy Pattern Warbot is even scarier. But the Warbot is down here, Warbot Mark 1. They've got a decent amount of health, pretty humongous armor, and they have 2 different kinds of grenades and an X-rifle. So they fly around really fast, hit you with big lasers and grenades of various kinds. They blind you. The flash grenades are the worst part about them, because they blind you, and then they proceed to attack you while you can't see. And it's evil. So, we're going to Meson Rifle him immediately. Please die. Nope, you're low. Please don't be the blind grenade. Good. Nope, that's just really irritating other grenades. More Meson Rifle. You're dead. And that's the way I like it. Alright, Warbots are terrible. And if we're starting to fight more of those, we're going to run out of Meson Rifle charge so quickly. Because they will definitely be getting Meson Rifles every time I see them, because they are absolutely monstrously powerful. Now, it's good to note as well that enemies, the stats they actually have, can differ fairly significantly from what it says on the page there, because it is all randomly generated with the creature, I believe. I'm not entirely sure about that, but I'm pretty certain that the actual stats that an enemy specifically has, rather than just one generic enemy of that race, differs fairly, has a fairly potentially large difference. We'll have to actually record the numbers to see specifically what they are, but I'm pretty certain that's true. Now, I kind of want to have to deal with that Hopknite on its own, but I also need to start killing these stone moles at a distance. So we'll try and gun down the stone moles before they get close, and then I'll deal with the Hopknite later once I have nothing else that's going to stop me from getting close to it. I believe at this distance, the stone moles cannot spit acid at you. At the maximum length of this medium-sized screen, I don't think they can actually hit you. Now, if we get confused, we might be in trouble, because we might start moving in the wrong places or attacking the wrong enemies. But I think we should be pretty much safe, just as long as we keep attacking this mole for now. I think all my guns need to be reloaded. Nope, that one's good. One other interesting thing to note is that I believe there are a couple actions which are not affected by confusion. For example, resting, like skipping a turn, I don't think gives you the chance of shooting other things in the room. And I don't also think reloading does. I think you can reload safely at any time. I'm not entirely sure about that, but I'm pretty certain that's how it works. Either way, we're going to run up to this guy and slice him up with a laser sword. Thank you very much. That's what we have this thing for. It's great for slicing through high armor. Now, if you're interested in how high the armor on a Hopknite actually is, it's pretty monumentally high. We can take a look at it, though, as well in our SOTS decks. What is it? Hopknite is an H. There it is. They have 150 armor. So these guys have the same armor as the robot we just fought. And they can reduce most of the damage you do to nothing. Which is why they're so scary when you see those robots, because they reduce most of your damage to nothing. And that's a big deal. Not doing damage to the enemies you fight is scary, because there's so little you can do against them if you're not hurting them actively. Either way, this guy's dead. More Tarka Warbird is good. We can make more hero stops, which is legitimately with that. And we can keep gunning down some more of these waste management bots as they come to fight us and immediately decide it's a terrible idea. Now, is there anything else we need to reload? The laser sword could use a reload, but for now it's fine. That's a scrap heap, so I'm not too worried about them. Is he going to come towards me? He will eventually. There we go. Get over here, scrap heap. I have a laser sword that I'd love for you to meet. These guys also have high armor, the various kinds of bear, but we're just going to use the laser sword on them because it is fairly effective, quick, and doesn't use up our ranged ammo, which is going to be coming in useful later. The other thing about ranged ammo is you can use ranged ammo up close, but you can't necessarily use up close things against things at range. Although apparently you can use lightsabers against things at range. Can you attack him here too? No, he's at a range here. I really want to test this on something. I really want to test it, but I'm not going to do it now because that's silly. I can just use the lightning blade, and these guys do not deserve to get hit with the lightsaber, even if it is for the benefits of science. Ooh, radioactive isotopes. I'm not even sure what you use those for. I don't think I have found anything that uses them, but that's fine. We have a lot of map left to discover here. We've not done a whole lot yet. We've just been fighting horrible monsters. What's in this crate? A alpha key, I think? Yeah, alpha keys are not worth taking. They're too easy to get into on their own. If it had been an Eta key, I would definitely pick it up. I have actually seen an Eta key before, so it's not an item that doesn't exist. You can get them. They're just not super common. Just like the Zeta key we found earlier, so that's nice. They don't make a huge difference either, but having that little bit of additional chance of getting in things is always good. And that is interesting. We found a Blighted Zool. As we're getting close to the bottom, we start to find... Oh, that's level 4 disease. This is why I normally don't fight plague bears up close. They haven't actually successfully diseased me in ages, so I figured I'd just try it and see what happens. But this is why you don't do it, because level 4 disease can do bad things to you. It can give you nasty status effects, it can do all kinds of terrible things. We're going to try and gun this Blighted Zool down before it gets up to us, because they hurt really bad if they can hit you. They give you really bad diseases and stuff. You're over here. You can still fight while blind, and having those damage numbers does help. Oh man, he poisoned us and... Oh, goodness. We're going to get badly hit here. Thankfully we can see again, so we're going to attack him with the lightning sword. Our disease worsened. Okay, we have to immediately deal with that. We're going to use the aggressive antibiotics here to reduce the layer of the disease instantly. Thank goodness. We can never leave a disease at level 5, because you will die much faster than you expect. We can slice this guy up. He's going to keep doing a lot of damage to us. We've been diseased again back to level 3, which isn't great, but that's fine. We're not dying, so that's good. If we continue to attack him, he should go down eventually, one of these days. We're losing a lot of health here, though, which is not good. Thankfully, with that medkit upstairs, we can go check out, and our disease is back to level 4 again. That, like I said, is that. That's why we don't mess around with these guys. Alright. Well, that's a thing. Grab more raw meat. We're going to go back up to that medkit right now. Oh, goodness. Hello. You can just go away now, I think. That would be nice. There's a little green man in there, too. Oh, come on now. Don't do this to me. I'm trying to go get some health. I'm trying to get medical attention, jeez. We are going to... Do I have anything I can use to heal? I know I have a bunch of different nanomeds I could use. I could take another Quizanti Brie. I don't want to be super low when I activate this medkit, just in case it has some crazy effect and does damage, but it doesn't look like it's going to. Fully healed. Thank you very much. That was a good medbay. Alright. Little green man wants to come and fight. That's okay. We'll wait for him over here, and then we'll just lightsaber him once he gets over closer. Now he can see us, so if we get in there, he may paralyze us. Hopefully he doesn't. He doesn't have quite as good armor as the normal Hopkinite, so we should be able to take him out a bit quicker. And there he goes. Excellent. Now we should be able to rush into this room full of robots. Ooh, there's a weapon vault in there. Maybe I'll just gun them down. I don't have a whole lot of bullets left in these guns that I was planning on using, but we'll try it anyway. Because we don't want to damage the weapon vault. Weapon vaults can have amazing things in them. They don't necessarily have them in them, but they can, which is why it's always worth giving them the opportunity to have amazing stuff. Sometimes they wind up just having ammunition and, like, weapon mods and stuff, which is really disappointing, but sometimes you find, you know, rotary rocket launchers and that kind of thing, which are pretty hilarious. I found a 3-shot rocket launcher in one of my game run-throughs, which is pretty hilarious as a weapon. I'm pretty sure anything that the enemies have, you can actually find, so if an enemy is firing something at you that looks very strange, you might get it one day. You get to use it against them. For now, though, we'll just try and kill off these stinking response bots. Get out of here, why am I not hitting you at all? I guess it's the speed decrease or something? Mag pistol, go for the kill. There we go. That was bad. Speed decrease shouldn't affect your accuracy at all, so I don't know why I said that, but that's okay. I'll grab those bits, and what's in the weapons vault? We have a 100% chance of getting in there, so open it up. Please have something good. A flamer and fuel cells. Well, the flamer's funny. We can use it to burn down doors, I guess. But you don't really need it. It does use fuel, which is what these are actually for. Ooh, a medical kit. I want that. Resistance booster, we're going to immediately use you. And need to figure out a way to pick that thing up. But yeah, the flamer is potentially a useful weapon because some things can't resist the damage, but a lot of the time you just don't need it. It doesn't actually really carry its own weight. So we're not going to worry about picking it up right now. it'll sit on here, and if we decide we want to come back and get it, we can. But it's really just like the same weapon that the Hiver people use. It can be effective, but I find it generally isn't, because the damage is low on it, so it doesn't do a whole lot. Let's eat some more of our generic food. I don't know if I want to eat those too much, though. I don't know. There's a lot of junk here. Highly useful junk for the most part, but still junk. There's 10 meat. I can eat those, but it doesn't clear any inventory space. What I'll do is, I'll turn these into safe meat. Actually, I have star bacon. I'll do that instead. Turn my bacon into star bacon and just eat that right out. So, star bacon. Gotta eat some delicious bacon. Good. It gives us one more inventory slot. I need these to potentially make some other things, like our hopeful chocolate fondue. What else can I dump? I could dump the lockpicks, but those could potentially be useful too. Do we have any ammo to fill into our mag pistol? No. That's the problem with this game, though. Inventory management is a pain in the butt. I don't really need these rifle parts anymore, because I do have the structural rods too, and the rifle parts. Why am I carrying all this junk around? And we need to find servos, that's why. The problem is, once we actually get the gun, we'll drop one of these here too. The actual durability on it is really bad. The AK rifle has like a 15 durability, so it wears out really fast. But we'll have to make do if we can actually get one. Having something that would use those rounds at all would be nice, which is what I've been saying this whole time, which is why we've been trying to get it. Which is, of course, what I just asked. So, we're going to try and get in here and see what we can find. It has exotic proteins. Can't carry those right now. Can we get into this here locker? It has, ooh, an electronic toolkit. That's quite nice, actually. But we did just set off an alarm to get at it, so that's not so nice. We're going to get swarmed by all kinds of robots now, undoubtedly. And nano reconstructors ×2. Oh, good. I will take those for sure. I want to get over here to deal with the robots when they arrive, because they are going to give us trouble. There's going to be a lot of them, most likely, because that alarm will bring robots from all over the map to come deal with you. I don't think it brings a lot of other types of enemies, but it definitely brings a lot of robots. I think it actually teleports them out of their rooms. I don't know if it opens the doors or not, but it definitely brings them over to you. So, that's going to be a bit of an issue. We might not have too many of them to deal with if we get lucky, but if we get unlucky, there might be a lot. So here's some more robots. They're attacking our armor, but thankfully our armor is pretty darn tough, so it should be able to handle itself. I could run over there and try and attack him, but my speed isn't really high enough to get there quickly, so we're just going to gun him down. It shouldn't take too many more shots with the mag pistol, I don't think. There we go. We got another laser carbine. I don't really need that, but what I will do with it is something a little bit sneaky. Since we know it has full ammo, because it's something new, if we pick it up, we'll be able to take the energy backpack out of it. For now, we don't really want to do that yet. We'll come through here and clear out these rooms first, but when we come back, we'll clear that out of the energy carbine, and that'll basically give us a free energy backpack. Alright, freezer, what do you have in you? I'm betting it's more food. Am I correct? Yes, it is. More safe cheese, more moldy bread. We'll take them. We'll take them. What's in the stasis pantry? Probably more food. This one has, ooh, soylent vines. These are kind of funny. These are an ingredient item. They're basically soylent green, which is, of course, people, if you know anything about anything. If we take a look here in our inventory, it says, a delicious and nutritious native vegetable with a disturbing tendency to grow best near carrion. It is apparently also a crafting ingredient, which is interesting. I don't know what to do with it yet, but you can apparently do something with it. We're just going to eat it, because we're not too concerned about the whole cannibalism aspect or anything of that. But, yeah, interesting little reference there. So, what are we going to do with this? We could potentially try and get something out of this lab station. We don't know what it is yet, but we can take a look. I don't think there's a whole lot we could really make. Not really at this point. We'll hold on to it for later, maybe. And can we grab something else useful here? I might be able to use my energy drinks to get a speed advantage. Just remember I have those. I could drop the cyber connectors because I really don't need those. I don't know why I picked them up in the first place. And those those exotic proteins will be useful later on. I am having a hard time with words. I keep saying the same words for different things. Let us start laser sorting this hiver. It'll go down pretty quick, although I bet you... Oh, I was going to say not as quickly as the door, but then it moved. And then the door caught fire anyway, so I guess I was correct. Please die before you destroy my lab station. Good. Our laser sword is blinking red, though, which means we're turning into a dark Jedi? No, it means it's breaking, and we can't have that. We might use one of our 4 nano reconstructors on it just to make sure it's still in good shape, because I really don't want to lose that thing. Let's do that. Let's pop in here, use this quick repair on it, bam, back up to maximum, pretty much maximum repair. This is amazing because they can't fail. They have a really fast, effective time. They happen instantly, so you can use them in combat if you need to. They're just amazing. They're just amazing. Okay. We could grab the electronic toolkit if we really wanted, but now that we have those bypass circuits, I'm not super needy on more ways to get access to those kinds of things. So for now, we'll leave them there. We are getting close to the top half of the map, though. We'll run through this speed booster because they're free, and why not? looks like there's actually... Why are there you guys in here? Scavenger bots. You're old news, man. Haven't seen your like of pathetic weakness in some time. That's the exit from the looks of things. Let's activate this computer with our final charge on our digital assistant. Make sure we can get in there. And what do you have for me? An entirely new message again. That's good. We're getting a lot of messages this game. Those are all the messages we've actually decrypted during this run. That's pretty good. Decrypt. 100% chance. Well, at least 99. You give me...
System Administrator, you have no idea what I hold within me, what secrets I contain, what horrors lurk within my corners, crawling in my corridors. I am coming for you.
So it looks like the System Administrator, from all of the messages I've been having, is the pit. The pit isn't a place, it's a thing. It's actually sentient, which is really creepy, because it talks about how we're, you know, touching its consoles and how it weirds it out. And that weirds me out a little bit, but nothing we can do about that. It's strange, though. There's a weird kind of situation going on there. Let's just Mason rifle this guy. Can I hit him from here? He's on a straight line from me. Die! He didn't die, surprisingly enough. You're tough. All right, have a mag rifle, or mag pistol rather, to kill yourself. Excellent. I didn't want him to destroy the items in here, which is why I did that. I also really didn't want him to set that off. That would have been a pain in the butt. Didn't know it was there, but didn't want it to go off either way. Let's get into this ammo crate as well. There's a bunch of charging stations, which are good. We can also grab the flechette rounds, which we will take for sure. And the charge hub will let us activate a bunch of things. We can recharge our digital assistant first, I think. We'll come down to the other charging hub and see how many charges it will give us. Hopefully more than one. 3, perfect. We'll use one on the Morgi med drone. We'll come in again, and then we'll activate our scanning analyzer in case we want that. We're going to turn on the med drone. I kind of like how it flies around you, too. That's kind of cute. And we'll probably come back here when the med drone burns out. I could use it on the purifier instead, but for now I'm not too concerned about the state of the purifier. I do want to make sure we use the other lockpick set, though, so let's scramble those items around a bit. There we go. Use the weak lockpick set to get through the door. Perfect. Now we have another cooker in here, which could potentially be good. I don't know if I have enough food to actually make something in it, but we can find out in a minute. There's a purple door over here, which you don't know what it does, so I'm not going to go near it. Recycling bin has nothing in it. That's unfortunate. And we can make some more energy drinks. Those are always good. Some fondue. Hero SOTS switch again. There's a bunch of nice things we can make, actually. There's a lot of things we can make. I can make some more pheromone bait, which is why I'm carrying that disease extract around. What are we going to go for? Make some fondue, because I've never made this before. But that uses up our bone slivers, and I need that for later to potentially make the chocolate fondue. So I have to keep that, I guess. I'll make more energy drinks. How many more? Only one. That's not so good. I guess it's because I only have one of these left. I can cook some more meat instead. I only have 3 of those, though, too, so that's not much better. Let's make the energy drink. What do we get from the energy drink? Is it a success? Yes, it is. In that case, let's make some cooked meat. Give me some more success, please. Delicious, delicious success. Unfortunately, it did burn out the rest of the cooker, so that's fine. We just won't be able to make use of it anymore. Now, I'm expecting more enemies, but surprisingly enough, there's not been a whole lot left. I guess most of the really nasty things charged us at the beginning, all those Proteans and Warbot. Stinking Warbots. Warbots aren't too bad on their own because, while they're dangerous, they don't do a whole lot to you. They have a tendency to throw grenades and stuff, which is bad enough. But, I mean, there's one guy. The laser's not quite so bad as some other lasers people have. But the fact is, if there's any other enemies around, they become incredibly dangerous because that blinding grenade is terrible. So the Morgi drone has been healing us a good amount. In fact, they healed us significantly. They gave us 100 healing, I believe, before they shut down. That's pretty good, given that it only takes power. And, yeah, we'll take it for sure. Now, if we grab those pistol rounds, we might have to drop something. Load up the acid sacks. I don't want to have that anyway. Pistol rounds, thank you. It's a single pistol round. Awesome. Well, that was a good use of space. I think we will finish checking off this floor pretty quickly if we move up to these top areas. There's probably one more room up here. It has a toxoid in it. It's got a bunch of locks on it. That's a speed decrease, so I don't necessarily want to go through there. But we'll open the door anyway for the experience. Hello there, friend. You're going to come through and you're going to get shot. He should come back to us, then we might be able to actually... Let's try this. Let's blow the acid spray trap on him. Did that hurt him in any way? Not really. Only did 5 damage. I guess he doesn't have an inventory, so it doesn't do much to him. More disease extract. I'll take that to add to the stack I've already got. Ooh, there's a doctor in here, too. Excuse me. That gives us the potential to get some nice items out of this. So we'll move up right next to them. We'll try and slap... Oh, he knocked himself unconscious. See that? Those Z's mean he's actually unconscious. I think they always do huge damage to unconscious people. I can't see the damage numbers there. I think you always do about double damage to unconscious people. Wow. 50 damage with one slash. That's hilarious. Unfortunately, we've now been grabbed by the Toxoid, which is not hilarious. But we have a laser sword to deal with him. Now, we are getting quite low on laser sword power, but it has served us quite well for this run-through, so I can hardly complain about its power draw. But, yeah. It's released us because it wants to move, so that's interesting. It's going to move around a little bit, hopefully die soon. It doesn't really want to give up, though. Come on now, go away. Go away. There we go. More mutagens. Those are always good. I'm going to have to reload the laser sword, even though there's a little bit of charge left in it, just because it's never good to completely leave yourself low on a weapon you're using a lot. Rosetta Brain hasn't done a whole lot recently, which is kind of sad. I think we will try and take something out of our inventory, though. We got a bunch of junk in here we're not really using anymore. I probably don't need both of these auto pistols either. It's hard to get rid of those things, though, because they have the potential to be useful if something bad happens, and something bad is bound to happen eventually. What do we get rid of? That is the question. I could get rid of this lockpick set, no doubt. Let's see what else is in here first, and then we'll come back and deal with those things in a second. What's in the stasis pod? Hopefully something interesting. That poison damage really slows everything down, doesn't it? And it has meat in it. Well, we'll take cooked meat for sure. What is in this one? We'll take a digital assistant on that one to give us a better chance of success, because that 15% is bound to help. And you have more meat in you. That's an extra 10 cooked meat we just got. I can eat a couple then. There we go. That should give us the rest of them. Good. Poison is cured, so that's nice as well. Can we get through this door? One locked. Two are you going to lock as well? Yep. So we're going to use up the rest of this lockpick set to open that door because I want that experience. There we go. Level up from it too. And that's how you know it's worthwhile. Mutagens. Magnificent. And more proteans. Less magnificent. Please get through this door. Come on now. There we go. I was worried for a second. Let's try and gun down this protean. Hide to the heads-up display so we can actually see him, and he should be not too hard to deal with because he's fairly large and also very slow. If we stand in line with him, he shouldn't be able to do much about us, just sort of slowly waddle toward us. And we have plenty of room to back up here because we have a whole humongous room behind us. We're not really pressed for space. If he does push right into the corner here, we might have a hard time hitting him, but I think we should be pretty well safe. Now, this gun might start to decay soon, so we may need to replace it with the other one. I'm not entirely sure what its health is looking like at the moment. We'll take a look at it in a second. Since we have to swap to our mag pistol to kill these guys at this point anyway, that's fine. And by at this point, I just mean because we've already used up most of the pistol rounds. I don't want to have to stop shooting these guys. We should be okay. I'd be surprised if anything suddenly happens to us, unless we accidentally back up into an acid spin trap. And that was a protean that got one-shot killed, or rather two-shot killed with the mag pistol. I'm surprised. I didn't think that happened anymore. What is the actual reserve? Oh, it's down to 2. Ooh, that is quite low. If it gets too much more damage, it's just going to instantly break. If you get down to less than 1, it breaks no matter what, even if it has like 0.5 of a durability left. I've never seen anything with less than 1 survive. There's nothing in there. That's not so good. Alright. Also, this is a little tip for you. If you're ever playing on easy and you're finding that all of the computers no longer have anything in them, every time you activate a computer it's just empty, there's no valuable information, it's because you have actually played to the point where you have unlocked all of the first 50 deciphers. You can only access those ones in the first difficulty in easy. You have to move up to normal to get access to the rest. So that is what that's all about. If you can't get to the other deciphers, it's because you're still playing on easy, and you have to move to a harder difficulty to get them. Now, what else we got here? We can do some more stuff here. Presumably, I think we have a working cooker still somewhere on this floor. No, we burned out both of them. That makes sense. Lab is still in the bottom left right-hand corner if we need it, but I think we're going to be finishing off there for now. We could use some more of our various repair items, because we have a whole bunch of them now. A variety of nano-reconstructors right here. But I don't think it's worth it on this thing. We'll probably save up and power up our Meson rifle again soon. Maybe our armor again with one, because that's always nice. And, yeah, I think that looks pretty solid. Pretty solid indeed. I guess we will just leave it at this and go on to the next episode. I might chug a energy drink before we go down the floor. Maybe I'll just chug one now. That'll be fun. There we go. Energy drink chugged. I didn't think I even had to do a medical check for that, which is interesting. I thought energy drinks took medical checks. Either way, we are done for this episode. Thank you very much for watching, everyone. This has been Vanguard of Valor, clearing out more of the pit for you. We have actually gotten quite far down now, down to 25 floors. We've done 5/6 of the pit. There's only a little bit left beneath us, but it's where things potentially can get really bad. So, we'll have to see what happens. If you've enjoyed the episode, thank you very much for watching, and don't forget to leave a like on the episode. If you didn't like the episode, well, thanks very much for watching anyway. I don't know why you'd still watch the episode, but hey, that's cool. Hopefully I can have something else to enjoy later. Either way, this has been Vanguard of Valor, with a bit more of the pit for you. One more time, thank you for watching, and I'll see you next time. Bye-bye.